What's goody? What's goody? It's your bro Shun Cool and wifey Sweet Tea. Well, today we on the road. We doing a road trip. We got some family members, brother-in-law's, mother-in-law's birthday today. Well, not today. It's next week, but we celebrating it early. So we going to Gainesville, Florida, home of them lame Florida Gators. So any of y'all Florida Gator fans out there, don't be coming at me because it's Go Dogs over here. It is Go Dog.
Never.
She's a Bama fan. Yeah, she's a Bama fan. She ain't talking about nothing. But today, like I said, we just felt like shooting a little content. We felt like just, we got a 4-hour drive, so why not? And not only that, this is the cool enterprise. So welcome. Everything is unscripted. We just riding, having a conversation. Just talking about things and just reflecting, just trying to kill these hours. And not only that, I'm here with my lovely, beautiful, sweet, mean little wife.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Little meanie.
I can agree to that. That's fine.
But at the end of the day, I still love you, babe.
You have no other choice.
Yeah, I love you, babe.
You have to love me.
You get on my nerve.
Vice versa.
Speaking of get on each other's nerves, how's marriage been treating you?
Well, I'm not gonna be mean. I can honestly say that I'm truly enjoying my marriage.
Right.
I am married to my best friend.
Okay.
My road dog.
Okay.
The love of my life. Like,
come on.
I've never felt the need to fight a woman over a man, but I would definitely beat down a bitch for you. That's how I feel.
Yeah, you could tell she loves me. She got my work shirt on.
I sure do. I work at Kia.
And that's why, yeah. All my Kia employees out there, salute, man. Shout out to all my Kia employees out there. Yeah, but,
yeah, the
what that is, a buzzer?
I don't know what it is, but it needs
vulture.
Move, bitch, move.
He got a lot of nuts just standing in the road.
Yeah, like just move.
Ain't even nothing out there dead.
It's nothing dead out there. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I guess I'll spin that question back on me about how I feel about being married. Keep in mind that we've been married since July.
7 months, going on 7 months.
Yeah, 7 months. Yeah, and we've been knowing each other. We've been dating ever since like
July 2022.
Okay.
The 30th of July.
Okay. So overall, we've been knowing each other since that long, but I haven't even been like, a lot of my people out there that's married don't chop my head off, but I don't even think about it sometimes. I don't really even think about, how, we've been married or none of that. It's just like, I stay focused. I just stay moving forward and just trying to be the best person that I was, today than I was yesterday. If that makes any sense. But, I just take it one step at a time. It's got its pros and cons, sometimes we might not see eye to eye, but overall, it gives me discipline. It gives me, one thing I learned about this marriage, it also gives me patience and learning how to communicate. Yeah. We learning communication and all that stuff. So, believe it or not, it's one hand wash the other, because you gotta be mindful that the human brain is amazing how every human brain operates and how it reacts. So I am trying to just, like I said, learn how to communicate and,
and have an open mind.
Yeah, have an open mind. But overall, it's been a journey, and it still is going to be a journey. Like I said, with me and Babe, it's amazing. Like I said, I never thought that I would be getting married. I never thought it out. I never even thought about it because I was in them streets.
You go to bed at 7:30. You were not in anybody's street.
I was in them streets.
You were not on anybody's curb, lane, alleyway, nowhere. You fall asleep between the hours of 7:30 to 8:30. You were nowhere outside.
I was in them streets.
You probably were, but you probably was asleep somewhere.
Oh, here
Wherever
you
you
go.
was at. If you was at the club, you probably was sleeping in the VIP.
With my shades on, just like that.
If you was at a woman's house, more like you probably was asleep on her couch. You were asleep.
Here you go.
You outside, but you asleep.
I hear you.
And plus, you don't even like people, so I know for a fact you weren't out there in the street.
Well, the older I get, I don't like people.
You didn't like people then. What are you talking about?
I like the people.
don't?
I like the people for a short period of time.
A short period of time, so more likely you probably was not outside.
Well, I'm gonna
like
tell you that I like people, but it could just be too many people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't be in the mix of too many people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it drains me. I guess it's just a Taurus thing.
It must be. It
Nah, I
must
just
be.
kidding.
But yeah, you
Nah,
definitely was not outside.
I didn't see it. I definitely, it's amazing what God has planned for all of us. Because like I said, I didn't see it for me. And I still be I be lost. I be lost sometime. And then, like I said, me and her, we balanced. Well, she balanced me out a lot too. She balanced me out a lot. And also helps me become a better person. What I mean by that is she wants the best for me, and and not only that, she motivates me want to do good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, it goes both ways. I think a marriage works when you both want the best for each other.
Right.
You both want to see each other grow, thrive, reach new levels in life. I believe that's how a marriage can truly work.
Right.
And honestly, just be open-minded, because everybody changes. The person you married 20 years ago is not going to be the same person today. And you have to be open to that. You got to be welcome to the change, and you got to change and grow with them. So,
that's true.
I can't expect you to be the same man that I met back in 2022. Like, you're definitely not the same man now than where you were when I first met you.
So how it was when you first met me?
You was a hothead.
Oh, hell.
You was a damn hothead.
Oh.
You were very closed-minded.
No, I'm always open-minded. I was always open-minded. There you go.
Lies.
There you go.
Lies.
So explain. I'm gonna give you the chance to explain that. Like what you
Okay.
mean by I was closed-minded?
You pretty much was set in your own ways. Like, what you said was what you believe, and
I
that
stand
was
on
it.
that. I
Like,
get what you're saying now.
You're very passionate about what you say and what you believe, and there's nothing wrong with that. All I ask is, when you hear somebody else POV, just don't get on the defense and be like, you wrong, I ain't listening to that. Because everybody got their own opinion. Everybody sees stuff differently. And like I tell you all the time, you cannot expect people to think and feel the same way how you do.
That's true.
So that's where the open-mindedness comes in at.
That's true.
Because we're married, and our zodiac signs may be considered soulmates.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I can't expect you to react, feel, and think the same way how I do.
Right.
Because you're your own person. And when I first met you, you wasn't trying to hear any of that at all.
There you go.
At all. You were not trying to hear any of that when I first met you.
Because I was in them streets.
No, you were not. Stop saying that. But since we've been married, over this period of time, oh, squirrel, don't do it. I don't want to hit you. Thank you. But over these last couple of years, like, I've noticed a difference in you. You are becoming more open-minded. You're becoming more, how can I put it? You're more willing to listen to someone else's point of view now.
Yeah, I got to give you credit for that.
Yeah.
And I had seen something. I don't know. It was something either on TikTok or Instagram. But it was this guy. Matter of fact, I think it was Louis Farrakhan. He had said something, and it stuck out to me. He was like, a woman can make you become. He was basically just saying a woman can help you grow into being a man. Pretty much, I'm elaborating on like how, women sometimes test us as men. Like y'all do. Y'all sometimes y'all test us to see how far we can go, and not only that, to see where we at, like far as can be able to maintain and balance. You know what I mean? So, and I can't just say that with all women, but I'm just saying with the right woman, the right partner. And like I said, I'm gonna get back to you on what I meant by that, because I don't want people to be out there like I'm already a man. No, I'm just saying like a woman, the right woman in your corner will bring the best out of the man. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Especially, and don't take offense, but especially to your more feminine side.
I hate that. I hate how you elaborate on that.
I know you hate. I know, but by that,
Let's just say I'm just passionate.
Okay,
my
you're
passionate
more passionate side.
Yeah.
By that meaning that I don't know if you were ever able to express your feelings in any previous relationship, but in this marriage, I want you to know you can do that with me.
Right.
Like, you don't have to hold anything in, even if I might not understand exactly what you're going through.
Right.
You can still confide in me. Because I want to know, how was your day? I want to know what's on your mind. I want to know if somebody did anything to hurt your feelings.
Right.
So you can openly express any of that to me. Like, I never want you to ever think that you cannot talk to me about certain things.
And that's the same way with me too. You can come to me too. Like, I just feel like, we both got to console each other, because I can't just put all my baggage on you. Even though I'm going through something, you might be working all day. You might be, work 8 hours on the clock. I feel like you deal with enough when it comes to, talking to people on the phone and doing all this stuff. And believe me, I done seen it with my own eyes and heard it. Them people be draining the heck out of you. So I just feel like with me, I just prefer to just, sometimes I just try to, hold things in, because at the end of the day, I'm not expecting a woman to help me and walk me through life, because some things I'm gonna have to learn on my own. That just, that's just the way life is. There ain't no manual to life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I definitely feel like there's only so many things I can come to you for.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But overall, I just never want you to feel like you can't talk to me about anything.
Right.
I sad to say it, but I know married couples who've been married for a very long time, and either spouse actually, and they truly feel and believe that they cannot come to their spouse with certain things because they don't feel like it's a safe space to say those things. And I want you to know, like, this is a safe space.
Yeah. Because if you can't come to your spouse with anything, it's basically like y'all, I'm not, my people out there, don't take this offense, but, it's basically like, I guess, you like the enemy, so to speak. I'm not, it's kind of harsh. I don't want to say that.
It's a little harsh.
No, I ain't going to say that.
I don't know. It could come off as untrustworthy a little.
But I also have to look at it from both aspects, because you got to look at people upbringing. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at people, how they was raised. Some people, they was not taught to be, to be affectional and be able to express themselves. You know what I'm saying?
And that's understandable.
Right.
But when you become an adult, some of that stuff you have to let go. Like, you might not been able to express your feelings with your parents, but when you enter into a marriage, you should definitely feel like you can do that with your spouse.
I don't know. Some people got a hard time doing that.
And they do. Some people do. Like I said earlier, I know couples who actually still feel like that. But as far as you and me, I never want you to feel like that about me, like, ever.
I don't have no problem. I really don't.
Yeah, like just let me know. Like it can be something as stupid as I don't know, like I can't even think of an example, but I just never want you to feel like I'm not a safe space for you.
Yeah, we have our moments where we where we basically feel like we can't. I know for a fact, I'm not gonna lie, I done had moments where I feel like I'm still trying to cope with coming to you with certain things because like I said, I don't want to be a burden on you.
Yeah. And by you coming to me with those things, it also gives me assurance on where we stand at. Because I'm a Virgo, I hate being left in the dark. Like I truly hate not knowing where my relationship stands, either with you, one of my friends, my family members. I hate that. Like just tell me what's going on, what it is, what it ain't gonna be, and we go from there. So when you're upset and you have it in your mind that you don't feel like you should tell me why you're upset, that puts me on the edge because now I'm thinking, is it something I did? Is it something I said? And if I ask you if you're okay, I don't want you to brush it off and be like, oh, I'm cool, I'm straight. Like, I want you to go ahead and say
But you know, as for men, I'm just speaking for the men, you got some men that tend to not, tell, their significant other or whoever they with, not anything because they don't want to seem as weak.
Yeah. And see, that's a stigma.
And then you got some, I'm not gonna lie, you got some women, it just all depends who you're dealing with because you got some women that'll use that as ammunition, and use that as some type of blackmail. You know what I mean? Like you just have to be sure. You got to be careful who you open yourself up to. Because I used to have this wall up. You know what I mean? Being cautious of who I let, especially who I'm, with. You know what I mean? It's definitely something to think about.
Yeah. Well, just moving forward. I'm your wife. Come to me.
Oh, we good. We good now. I'm good. I'm good. You passed the test.
I've been past the test. I'm a whole vibe. What are you talking about? I've been past the test.
Yeah, right.
I did. I passed the test when I met your grandmother, your grandpa, your brother, your mom. Like, I've been past the test.
Shout out to Granny.
Yeah. Way before you proposed to me, I've been past the test. The family been took me in, so.
Yeah, I passed the test, too.
With my dad, yeah.
Yeah. That's my dog, Mr. Johnny.
Yeah.
Now that mama, that little lady there.
Y'all love each other.
Me and her be beefing.
Y'all love languages. Making jokes about each other. That's y'all love language to each other.
Yeah, we be beefing. I'm gonna get you, little lady. Well, overall, man, just like I said with that, marriage is a beautiful thing. At the end of the day, it is. It's a beautiful thing, and as the older you get, like I said, it's not for everybody.
No.
It's not for everybody.
No.
Like everybody, ever since I got married, it just all of a sudden I be seeing other people get married. But I guess it's just like if you get a certain type of car, you're gonna see that car a lot.
Yeah.
But I know when I did it, it was kind of taboo. When we did it. But now it's just, it's love everywhere. It's love in the air. Love everywhere. But I love it, man. It still exists. But like I said, it's not for everybody. Because you got some people that prosper without being married.
Yeah, some people do. They do better by cohabitating in the same space, but not actually having that certificate that states legally that they're married to each other. Some people do function better that way.
Right.
Some people do. Maybe the stress of being married is just too great, and they just decide, like, look, let's just leave it like it is.
Right.
Like, I love where we're at. We're in a good space. I don't want to mess that up.
So I got a question. Can you been dated somebody for, let's just say, like, somebody been dating for like 10, 15 years, But you know, as long as y'all got an understanding, you don't necessarily get married, do you?
No.
Okay.
I need to get married.
Why?
Well, I think because in the back of my mind, I worry about what if one day I wake up and he's gone. You know, like in the state of Georgia, living with somebody for 10 years, it's not considered common law marriage here as it is in California.
Right.
Or what if we have built this beautiful life together, you have some investment stocks, some money, retirement funds put away somewhere, and you die, and let's just say I have one of your kids and nothing gets left to me or our child, like nothing.
Yeah.
If we're married, and I'm not saying I wish death on you, but if we're married and you pass away, life insurance money, retirement, 401k, all that stuff, it comes to me and our child.
Right.
Like, you know, it helps us to stay where we are, to be more financially grounded. But I have to be married, like, because me personally, I feel like if you can date me for 10 years and you think I'm such a wonderful human being, a wonderful woman,
Yeah.
I'm great with your family,
Right.
stepkids, whatever, but you don't think I'm good enough to give me your last name, then I'm always going to think in the back of my head, then what the hell are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Are you hiding something from me? Like, what is going on? Like, if you're not ready for marriage, then why are we even doing this? That's just me personally. Like, you could be keeping me from my real husband.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, you got some people that, I don't know, they ain't used to all that. That I mean, they're not used to all, I mean, I guess what you can call it, what, you know, the word I'm looking for, what,
Or commitment?
yeah, the commitment. They're not used to, you know, some people, you know, like I said, it goes back to how people were raised.
Mm-hmm.
You know, growing up, I seen my grandma and granny, they've been married for like 30-some years.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's a blessing. From the good to bad, you know, they always didn't see eye to eye. So that's what I came up looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And on the flip side, now you also got, you know, like you on the flip side, you got now other people, like they parents, they might not never been married, never thought about getting married. Like I use my daddy, my mom, and them. You know, like they haven't been married. You know what I mean?
They were never married to each other.
Never were married
But
to
they
each
just
other.
produce a child.
They just produced a child.
Yeah.
You know, I seen that, seen the co-parenting and all that. So, you know, on the flip side, I'm seeing grandma and them. They've been married all these years, and then I'm just seeing on the flip side of how they operate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all on the individual.
Yeah, it does. It just depends on the individual. Like,
and what you believe in.
Yeah, like with your situation, your parents had you when they were teenagers.
Yeah.
Neither one of them have ever been married, even though your mom is currently engaged and she's about to get married. Now, you could have easily took that, ran with it, and said, you know what, I'm never going to get married. My parents were never married. I don't even know what real love looks like. I don't know what marriage looks like.
Yeah, I could have easily subscribed to that.
Yeah, but you personally chose that you want to be married to me.
Right.
Now, if we didn't work out, do I believe you would never have gotten married? I don't believe that. Like, I think eventually you probably would have got married somewhere along the way.
Right.
Even if it wasn't to me.
But I feel like when it's that time, like it was a certain feeling I got with you when you told me what you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what you gonna stand on. You know, I had to sit back and reflect, and I was like, and plus, you know, of course, I talked to God about it. I prayed about it, and you know, I sit and reflect, and you know, I was just getting out of a situation, and I was pretty much, I'm not gonna lie, when you was, because I ain't gonna lie, this was the first time a woman ever pursued me. Because you told me, like, look, I want to be with you, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was foreign to me. Because I was always the one that was doing the pursuing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you told me that what you wanted, I was like, let me sit back and really think about this. Do I really want to be with this woman for the rest of my life?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like...
Can can I be without her for the rest of my life?
Can I be with her
Has
for the
she
rest of
made
my
any
life?
impact on my life since I met her?
So, you know, all that was playing in my head, you know, the impact and, you know, how she works well, like, you know, coexist with my family and stuff like that. And I was like, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You know, I'd be a fool to let this woman out of my sight, you know. It just happened so quick. I just got her something.
But babe, you keep forgetting prior to me, you was out of that situation for almost 3 years.
I was in the streets.
No, you were not. You were out of that situation for nearly 3 years prior to you meeting me. You keep saying as if I broke up with her on a Tuesday and then I met Valor on a Saturday. That is not how it happened.
That's what the players do. They make up excuses, you know.
Yeah, you're not a player. You were never a player.
You
never a player. You were never a player. You were definitely a lover boy. From what I read in your old DMs, you were definitely a lover boy.
Now, I posted, Ben got rid of her. She was all in my inbox and read my old messages. I'm asleep. That's against the law.
No, it's not. There's no law.
I could have woke up and just say, you know what, I'm done.
And that would have been cool. I would have been like, all right.
But nah, man, it's cool.
Sure every woman has
because I didn't have nothing to hide. All that stuff was way before I met you.
Mm-hmm. And then, like I told you, I couldn't necessarily get mad with you because when I did go through your phone, we were still just dating. We were not exclusive.
Yeah.
So I couldn't hold that over your head. Now, if we had made it exclusive and I go through your phone and I'm reading all this inappropriate shit, then yeah, I would have started swinging on you.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, hey, like, what the fuck? But I couldn't hold it against you because we were still dating, still getting a feel of each other. That's it.
And, you know, with that being said, like back to what I said, it happened so quick. You just never know about what God got planned for you. God had that ram in the bush. And one thing about it, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for marriage. Were you?
No. I knew I wanted to be married. I just didn't know who I was going to marry.
Yeah. So I wasn't prepared. So when you came to me and you pretty much laid down like what you wanted and, you know, and what you wanted out of life and I can't be mad at that, you know. I don't know. I was just kind of like I was just stuck. You know what I mean? But like I said, I sat back and I reflected and I was like, you know, if it's meant to be, you know, let's do it. And then not only that, I was like, you know, sometimes people take marriage as like, oh man, I'm finna go get the death penalty or something like that. Like it's, I mean, hey man, if it don't work today, hey, get a divorce. Get a divorce. You'll live to fight another day. You might have to pay, but you're gonna live to fight another day.
Oh, if he ain't got nothing, can't pay nothing.
Yeah.
Or she ain't got nothing. But yeah, some people do see it as the end of the world, like, oh my God, I gotta stay with this one person for the rest of my life. Like this is the only dick or vagina I'm gonna get for the rest of my life. And it's
Come on. Shout out to Cody Carter.
But it's like, don't even look at it like
Yeah.
I mean, I could have easily been like, oh my God, this is the only penis I'm gonna have for the rest of my life.
Yeah, the only coochie I'm gonna have.
But
like,
I love you so much that I don't really care about that.
Because once that, you know, deteriorates and go away, the feeling's gonna be gone. The thrill is gonna be gone. You gotta have this connection, and that's the heart. You know, the heart comes first in the mind, or whichever one. You know, it's gotta be there, and I feel like we got that. Now things change, people change, but I feel like we in it for the long haul. You know, and I'm willing to take that chance.
I agree.
I'm willing to take that chance.
I agree with you. Like, I'm all in nothing.
Yeah.
I am all in.
Well, with that being said, y'all, appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibe. This is the first episode of Cool Enterprise. Got a whole lot of stuff coming up. Matter of fact, check out the single "My Love," dedicated to her butt.
Why you got to say it like that?
I'm just saying, like,
you could just say inspired by my wife.
yeah, inspired by her butt.
See? Okay.
Yeah, you want my love, love,
You
love,
could just
love.
say inspired by my beautiful wife. And let's
You want
say
my
that.
love, 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 love.
Finna get hit
You
in
got
the
my
head,
love,
head,
love,
head,
love,
head.
love, love. If you need my love, yeah,
No,
but
you're gonna get hit in the head,
but
head,
nah,
head.
man. Like I said, more content to come. We on a road trip, and like I said, this is Sweet Tea. Make sure y'all go follow her. Your real name on IG, what it is? I mean, your IG, what it is? But anyway,
I don't remember. I just have a page. I don't remember.
Yeah, we're gonna get all that situated. By the time y'all see this, we're gonna have the Cool Enterprise and all that stuff going on.
I don't
so yeah.
really be on social media. I just lurk.
Yeah,
That's
we
it.
doing something different. You know, like I said, I've been here before, as far as doing content, but you know, I'm just trying to pull wifey in it because she is a whole vibe off the camera. So I would love to just capture some of that and let the people, share with the people. But overall, we out. Y'all signing out. Cool.
He's cool.